Welcome, 8th graders. Today we're going to try something a little different. I am going to be giving you the information over this video lecture about today's topic, descriptive essays. What you're going to do with this is take this information. It's going to prepare you for the actual classwork that we're going to be doing together in workshops throughout the classroom. Today, like I said, we're going to be working on descriptive essays for a writer's workshop. Many nonfiction writers enjoy describing the people who've influenced them. So in this workshop, what you're going to do is you're going to write a descriptive essay and reflect on a person who has had an important influence on your life. Your description should feature some of the following elements, and they're posted here on the screen. First, you need to include your main impression of this person. Next, you need to include the sensory details about appearance, behavior, and speech. How do they appear to you? What was their behavior like? And maybe things they would say. Your thoughts about how this person has influenced your life. And air-free writing, including correct use of possessive nouns, which we worked on last week. Now you will be provided with a rubric at the end of the lesson, but I want you to go ahead and preview that criteria for your descriptive essay, and that will be in your language arts folder for you. You may wish to add your own criteria, such as an aspect of descriptive writing that you wish to focus on. So now you're in the pre-writing stage of your essay. And what we're going to do now is, this is the time that you're going to take for ideas. And we're going to do what is called a jot thoughts. What a jot thoughts is that you're going to give an amount of time that you're just going to think. You're not going to write anything down, so don't start writing until I give you the go ahead. What I want you to do is I'm going to give you 2 minutes think time, and I want you to think about people who've influenced you the most. Is it a family member, teacher, friend, or someone in the community or a public figure? I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. So, like I said, don't write anything down. You're just going to think. This is just some thinking time. So you have 2 minutes, and I'm going to start the timer right now. And remember, don't write, just keep thinking. Okay, time is up. 2 minutes. Sometimes it seems like forever, doesn't it? Okay, now 8th graders, if you don't already have your writing journal with you and a pencil or a pen, you need to pause the video and get that out now. Now that you have your writing journal, just turn it on just a blank piece of paper that's in your writing journal. Get your pen or pencil out, and what you're going to do is you are going to now write down the names of the people that you thought of during that 2 minutes of think time. And it's okay if you think of someone else that you didn't think of initially. But what you're going to do is you're going to take 2 minutes. You are going to write down as many names that come to mind as you can, and you're going to get 2 minutes to do this. Okay, your think time starts now. 2 minutes. Jot down everything you can think of on your piece of paper and don't worry about spelling. Okay, you have less than a minute. "30 seconds. Okay, time is up. Put your pencil down. Okay, 8th graders, what you're going to do now is you are going to narrow your people down. What I want you to do is now circle 3 of the most important people who have influenced your life. Okay, now remember you can pause this video as you go through it. Now choose the person you want to write about. Has this person been the most influential person in your life? Go ahead and circle the person that you want to write about. Okay, 8th graders, now what I want you to do, you have the person that you are going to write about. The next step in this process is you're going to choose your focus. What that means is you're going to identify what aspects of the person will be your focus. For example, if you choose to write about your older brother, your topic could focus on the various things he has taught you. Now, if I were to write a paper on the most influential person in my life, I would probably pick my grandmother. And the focus would be on about how she is always that person that is there to help others, and what she does as far as servicing the community, volunteer work. So that maybe that's your focus. Maybe the person that's influenced your life is a volunteer in the community. Now, I want you to look at the example of the character web that is on the screen. In a character web like the one shown, jot down specific details from observation or memory about the person. And I also want you to note examples of traits and actions that they show and why he or she is important to you. Review your web to decide what main impression you will convey in your writing. So let's take a look at a student's character web for her Aunt Amy. Now, she has appearance, behavior, actions, and character traits. So appearance, she's describing Aunt Amy. Now remember, this is a descriptive essay. And so the student is saying Aunt Amy has soft, dark, curly hair and brown eyes. Behavior, lots of hugs and kisses. So Aunt Amy is very affectionate. Actions, Aunt Amy pushes me to do my best. And under character traits, the student wrote that Aunt Amy is kind and energetic. So what you're going to do in your writing journal is, after the page in which you did your jot thoughts, you are going to make your own character web. So draw a circle in the middle of your paper, write down the person that you're writing about, and what I want you to do is now start webbing that. What do they look like? How's their behavior, actions, or character traits? Or maybe you have another idea how you want to go about with what details you want to have, but these are the basics that are a good way to start this off with. And again, feel free to pause the video at any time. Okay, so now you're at the drafting stage. This is where you're going to start getting those details, those sentences on paper. Using your character web that you just made in the last screen, you're going to use that as an outline to write your first draft. The following steps will make your essay more creative and enjoyable. First, you're going to shape your writing. Your essay should keep readers and interest focus on a main impression and build up to the strongest point. Use the graphic organizer that will be included in your language arts journal to build the sequence to examples and details in order of importance from most important to least important. So what you need to do right now is go ahead and pause the video, and in your language arts folder, take out the examples and details for your descriptive essay. It's page 55, and what you're going to do again is build on the most important to the least important parts or details of your essay. Go ahead and pause the video so that you can work on that. Okay, great. Now that you got your examples and details for your descriptive essay, what I want you to do now is I want you to elaborate. You're going to provide elaboration by focusing on vivid details such as descriptions of or comparisons to your subject's movements, gestures, and expressions. Strengthen your descriptions by using figurative language such as similes and metaphors. Okay, so just as a refresher, we've already talked about figurative language for similes and metaphors. And if you remember, a simile compares one thing to another using words like or as. As the example on the screen, my mother is like a drill sergeant, barking orders and running the house efficiently amid the chaos. And a metaphor compares two unlike things by setting them up as equals. It describes one object as if it were another. So the example here is, my Aunt Amy is a rock, always supportive, keeping me strong. Okay, so now it's your turn. What you're going to do is you are going to, on the graphic organizer provided in your language arts folders, you are going to elaborate on two details. You're going to use a simile in your writing and a metaphor. And there is space, again, on that graphic organizer to go ahead and write those out. You also could include, or if you want to, descriptive emphasis to your writing by including an oxymoron. And remember, an oxymoron is a figure of speech that contains two contradictory terms such as act naturally. So go ahead and pause the video and take that graphic organizer out and go ahead and come up with a simile as well as a metaphor that you're going to include in your descriptive essay. Go ahead and pause the video. Okay, now that you have your metaphor and your simile complete, 8th graders, what you're going to do is you're going to continue working on the rough draft of your essay. When you have your rough draft complete, your next step will be to conference with me individually. So let me know when you're done, and we'll conference and we'll go over your rough draft to make sure that you're meeting the criteria on the rubric.